drive me crazy. You know you drive me crazy. Now that we're all alone, I hope that you don't play. Daydreaming about you, girl. You know you drive me crazy. You know you drive me crazy.
All right, now let's talk music.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had to show a person one song to give them a complete feel of who you are, what would you play them?
You did not just ask me that.
I did just ask you that question. You got one song.
Oh
one song.
Gosh.
One shot. One opportunity. Shout out to Eminem.
Wow. To tell them about me.
To tell them about you so that they can get an idea of who you are.
It'd probably be Stay Focused then.
Okay, why?
Because growing up I had ADD and I still got ADD.
If you can't tell, viewers.
Yo, I asked Cutty, can I use these just to keep my, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep myself busy. Stay focused because, and I could have chose my uncle's song with me, which is called New Baby, but I didn't. I chose a song that I did with Riley Miyagi. He's from Camden, New Jersey. He's a dope engineer / producer, and we did this in the trenches, man. Like in his studio in the basement, in the cellar. We had to open the cellar up to go downstairs. It was lit though. You know what I'm saying? Like those are experiences that you won't remember the rest of your life, yo. Like,
right though.
I'm underground making a hit.
Right.
And the vibe alone made me make that song.
Right.
I'm like, I'm in Camden. I gotta shout out to Camden. I gotta represent. You know what I'm saying? I gotta talk that shit.
You got to.
I'm about to have step. I'm in Camden. He asked me to come over, and he lives in Camden. So I'm just like, nah, we coming to do some shit real quick. And I think that that's my song that represent me the most, and you'll see it on my project. Stay Focused. And that record, I say, get a sack and ride with my niggas. I be standing outside with my niggas. Take a trip, I'ma ride with my niggas. Call some bitches to ride with my niggas. This ain't nothing, my nigga. I figure I could take a good look in the mirror and tell you why niggas is bitter. I could turn some bullshit into glitter. You be thinking you big, but I'm bigger. I be hopping around like I'm Tigger. If the bad looking right, I deliver. If you hating on me, reconsider. I be giving out gifts in the winter. I be eating my chick like she dinner. But listen, it's hot. Just know that, like, yeah, man, that's a song that represents me. And I'm talking heavy, you know, and I think it's just something that I can say that I'm really proud of. I did that song 2 years ago, and you're just about to get it. There's a couple songs that I've done a couple years ago. If they sound dated, I don't think they will, though. I think they're going to be right with what's happening today, certain songs. Certain songs are going to maybe sound like 2018 a little bit, but my overall dimension is I like the 24 bars, maybe hit a hook. I may be 32 and hit a hook. I may be 16 and hit a hook.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes even 8. I know all the the ins and outs to making it, but that song right there, that was one of the first songs. One of my homies was in the studio with me. His name is Russell, and shout out to Russ for taking me there. I didn't have a car at the time, I don't think. Or maybe I did. I've been in and out of cars so many times, like thank God for keeping me around. But
me too. I ain't even mad at you.
Bruh.
I just got a new car.
Be safe.
It's already about to be on last legs. Alright.
Yo. But yeah.
But going into the question of, because you mentioned that the song may be 2 years old and it may sound dated. Why haven't we gotten into music? Is it like a strategy thing, or you just haven't made nothing that you're happy enough to drop?
Strategy.
Okay.
Definitely strategy. I think that you have to have a plan, or you're planning to fail. Obviously, that's cliche. Sure. So, if you're not out here trying to elevate your grind and elevate your situation, mentally, you're not going to get there physically. And I think that, like, for me, it was always running around and seeing things how it's done, but I would put things out in the mix of that. But you would wonder why only a certain people that would hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, it was the same group of people hearing my music. And that's, cool because they become fans, but you want to branch out. And I think that, all these markets that we have out here, you can make your profile pages, business pages out here now. So I think me getting comfortable with my fan base and actually showing them who I am as a man, before actually an artist, and actually showing them that I'm still figuring it out. I'm human, You know, I've been up and down, have had a dope ass relationship with a woman, and I fell out. And I think that like I was trying to find my story. So for the last 2 years, like coming up with the inspiration about, you know, what to actually sing and write about was really the biggest thing. And now I have so much material because of my current situation and what I went through, that I can tell it on the tracks now. So I think more or less it was going through life and actually not just aimlessly talking about nothing. Because I can definitely get on there and, no offense, like talk about trapping and stuff like that. I've experienced it. I've done it. It's you know, anybody that, you know, is a hustler or wants to get some money and you're not trying to ask mom and dad and trying to figure it out, you've been there. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think me being a little bit more vulnerable in this situation and talking about this and like when I say this, my current situation that I'm in now and what I was once in, I think a lot of dudes are going to be able to relate and actually be able to ride out to it. It might put you in your feelings. It might make you feel a certain way. But I guess that's what music's supposed to do.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because for so long, I feel like I was making those songs that, you know, they're cool. It's a nice bop, but like I want to make something that from 10 years from now, you're like, damn, he killed that. You know, he was going through something. So, yeah, man, I think that's what it really was finding something to talk about and actually now coming up with a marketing scheme to make...
Wow.
To make,
message.
The computer knew I was right. That's what that was. The computer like, man, amen.
Right. What's the story behind the single Magic? Tell us something that we don't know about it.
Magic was made in the basement in Glassboro. It was made by a producing engineer named Phil Fasulo. Shout out Phil. I was making songs with him back in high school. He is the producer that helped me make my first mixtape called Smoke and Listen. And me and Phil just kept it going from there. I didn't really talk to too many other engineers until Magic came out and they started hitting me up. They were like, yo, I got beats. I'm like, word. So what's up?
Word,
like,
what's up? Right.
Because I'm trying to make this shit happen. And I dropped Magic when I was like 24. So that was like 3 years ago, yep. And I think, yeah, if anybody doesn't know anything about Magic, it was made in the basement. And I had we had a janky mic. Not janky mic. To take that back, Phil, I know he spent bread on that mic. It wasn't the mic. It was the headphone cord. It would go in and out sometimes. I would have to hold it a certain way.
Right.
And sing
I've
the song.
been there, yeah.
So I got skills, y'all. I'm holding the thing, and just to keep the thing from the short from, and I still gotta kill it, yo. And I tell you, yeah, man, like something about Magic. Other than that, I guess we all know the message behind it. I hope. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm talking about penetrating a girl's defense. So if you don't know the song Magic, it's on iTunes. I'm going to give you the full display about it. It's about a guy who thinks he can penetrate any woman's physical display of defense, whether it be the F-off face that they wear, or if they're in the club. You're like, you're in the club, but you got this face like you don't want to be bothered. It makes no sense. Or they got the glasses on with, you know, and they chilling in the library and they look like they don't want to be messed with. And you still like, you know, it's a great opportunity for me right now.
Like something. I gotta be different somehow. Yeah.
So I called their mental or physical exterior a 3-2, a defense, because sometimes it can be intimidating walking up to a chick and trying to get their number and trying to. These days, I don't even ask for the number. I say, can I get your social media?
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just because, like, it's a little less invasive and they feel probably safer and they probably. And I mean, I have a gay cousin who, his name's Al. He's dope, but I look to him for guidance sometimes on women's like mindset. I'm mad at that. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, cuz, like, you think so? Like, but like, he'll tell you some shit. Like, he'll go, why would you ask for her number? Like, that's so stupid to me. Why would you even? I would have gave you my number. I'm like, I'm not asking you for your number, Al. I'm asking.
Right. I'm trying to ask her for my number.
Yeah. So it's just like, to me, like, I hear you, and then sometimes it make me feel childish. Like, that's childish. Like, that's what he would say. It's childish. You didn't ask for her number. You asked for her Instagram. I'm like, what? You want to talk to her, right? I'm like, yeah, I do. So you already gonna put yourself in the DMs with everybody else? I'm like, the mental like capacity.
Yeah, that's right though.
He's right. But I'm like, nah. I got my theory on this. I'm breaking her down. You feel me? Like, I'm putting myself in that box. She chooses to take me out of there. We're getting somewhere. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, because I think sometimes they feel like we all just trying to.
Just fuck.
That one thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So.